Oh.
Oh.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the New Gods podcast, and today we have a very special guest. We have Frapollo. How are we doing, Frapollo?
What do you mean a guest? What do you mean a guest? That's because I stayed away for like 3 weeks. I became a guest now. I'm not part of the official podcast.
Yeah. Look, well, we haven't spoken to Frapollo in since last year, I guess. It's been ages, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a guest in like the first episode, and you were finally bringing him back.
Yeah. We've finally the resurrection ritual has finally worked. Frapollo is now a sulfur cult member. So be careful, guys.
It's not a matter of rituals. It's a matter of the fact that Raccoon is always busy when I am not, and I am busy when he isn't.
That's not true. I'm always available.
That's not true. I have to remind. I could share the DM, but you would be able to DMCA me, so I'm not gonna do it.
Wow.
We've finally gotten around to actually picking a time we can all be here, and we'll have to make sure to do that in future. But yeah, so how we all been? Been enjoying the new year so far?
No.
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 Exams are killing me.
Wait. So you
What
have
happened?
exams at the start of the year? That's interesting.
Yeah, like the exam session in university is at the start of January, and then there is one from like the end of June.
Really? That's really
Yeah.
really weird. Why do they do that?
Because they want to they want to see if you studied. Like you had the vacations, you're supposed to study. Then it depends if you do it or not, of course. But you're supposed to finish the exams to get a is it called a graduation? I think.
Okay. Huh. That's weird. They make you study over the break. That's really mean, actually.
You should really
was so,
go back into university, Mao. I think you would enjoy it.
No, probably not. Probably not. I don't enjoy
not.
structure or people or having to do things.
Then why are
so-
we here? Why are we here?
This
Because he
isn't
likes-
structured at all. What are you talking about? This is barely structured.
People.
This is held together
These
with duct
people-
tape and chewing gum.
Okay,
these
show of hands. How many people here are actually people? We've got a raccoon, we've got a skeleton.
I mean, okay.
I'm a demon. I'm in a human body. Does that count? No.
Weren't you a dog?
I was, yeah. Well, I'm a demon,
Ah, perfect.
and I'm possessing this body. This isn't my body, by the way. This is somebody else's, so... It's
So
borrowed.
best case scenario, we've got a person, and I don't think Frapollo counts.
What are you, Frapollo, by the way?
He's Italian.
Is
think
it,
he's a
you
porn
know,
he's a mimic,
actor.
I
isn't he?
am just an Italian. I'm just an Italian.
So definitely not a person. So we don't actually have any people here. Oh yeah, this is why I fit in so well here.
You're definitely not a person.
What? You heard him.
Ah. I'm gonna.
Are you really gonna look at Mario in his weird proportions and say, yes, that is a Homo sapiens? No.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, that's just how it is. Wario maybe. Wario's cool. I'd accept
Wario's
Wario.
German.
Yeah.
Wario's German?
Wario's German.
What do you mean?
Warrior's German.
Did you guys not know this? Okay, so in Mario Party, when you hear him go, "Oh, I missed," or whatever it is, that's
Oh,
not what
I
he's actually
mean,
saying.
that's actually Wario.
Yeah, it's "Do."
Let me help you. Let me help you.
What the hell?
I actually got it from my server.
One, yeah,
What?
it's
You have that?
that's German for "Ah, crap."
No
Huh?
way you're sending me.
No, you're trolling.
No, you're
seriously.
memeing.
I am completely
Jones is
serious.
always right. Never mind. He tried.
Yeah, wow.
There's some-
Really?
Yeah.
Some interview buried deep within the recesses of YouTube, where Charles Martinet actually talks about this.
Well, I just put up a quote here, and it's Wario's original voice actor was a German translator, and he said that
Oh.
Wario was always envisioned as German. Wow.
So ein Mist. What the fuck is so ein Mist?
No,
that doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able
Such
to
a crap.
pull a
Yeah,
foot
it is
over on
actually.
me when it comes to
Wow.
Nintendo lore. Because Nintendo
don't know
lore
anything
is
about
canon to
Nintendo
Dark
lore.
Souls, and I know all the Dark
No.
Souls lore.
No. Okay, can we start with the fan submissions, please?
Maybe we can have someone in the
We're not going to get
comments,
into
like,
the,
verify
the
this as well.
deepest Mario lore. That's what we'll
No, I can explain this. This won't be that long.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you remember a cool mountain from Mario 64 and how it has like this really distinctive spiral shape with a house at the top of the mountain?
Yes.
Yes.
And how it has like that broken wooden suspension bridge at the very start?
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Oh.
You know what else has that exact spiral shape and a broken suspension bridge at the start that you access through a painting of a frozen world?
Oh no, no.
Wait,
No.
what? Can you say it again, please?
The
I was
painted
Raccoon.
world
going
of Ariamis is
away
Cool
from life. What do you
Mountain
say?
in the future.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
What
I
happened?
hate you.
And
Huh?
canonically, the painted world undergoes massive changes each time there's a new cycle. So it definitely is. Yeah, that's actually hard canon. Wow.
So Mario is not in the castle of Bowser. He's in an Orlando in Super Mario 64.
Oh, the
Well,
castle
no,
is
Princess
Anorlando.
Peach's castle becomes an Orlando.
Wow.
Bowser's castle
because-
becomes the Iron King's keep, which is why he has those turtle knights with those giant hammers that look exactly like the armored turtle knights with the giant hammers from the end of Paper Mario.
Why do you make Fear and Hunger videos? You should make lore conspiracy videos. You could become the new MatPat now that MatPat is retiring. Like you could generally do it.
That's true. MatPat did retire. I could, pull MatPat, except do it with such a thick layer of irony that nobody will be able to tell if I'm serious or not.
I feel like Dark Souls Mario lore videos would probably bang. I feel like that'd be pretty good.
Alright, so let's start with the submissions before I lose my mind, please. I came back after 4 weeks, I wasn't prepared for this.
Oh,
Well-
you don't want me to get into the whole Mushroom Kingdom
No.
parts?
No. You can do it later at the mirror, no worries. You don't need us to do it like that.
So, unfortunately, I was sort of skipping the lore questions as we were going through the submissions because I know Raccoon doesn't like talking about lore. But what that's meant is now that there is a lot of lore ones left. So, unfortunately, Raccoon, you'll have to participate in some lore talk. That's just how it is.
Welcome back, Raccoon.
God damn it.
Raccoon, it's your fault that we delayed the lore questions.
Shut
Now
up.
you have to accept it.
Yeah.
What do you mean I
You're the
shut
one
up?
who been pushing on. I'm gonna try to lure myself out of this somehow.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
No, Raccoon. What you gotta do is copy my tactics for lore. Take the
can
stupidest
listen
thing
to
you
it,
can
yeah.
think of and act like you actually believe it.
But
Yeah.
that ends the episode. I said that Goku would fight against Mechas, and the episode just ended.
That just
one
means you
time.
have to top that. You have to do better than that.
Yeah.
You have to one up
Uh-huh.
yourself, man. I believe in you.
Yeah. Thank you.
What the idea is to pick a position that's ridiculous on the surface, but then try to argue it. And then sometimes you get a fun theory out of it, like saying that the god of the depths is Sylvian. That sounds ridiculous on the surface, but then you can argue it, and it's great. Or that the
no.
domination soul is a tainted soul. You can argue that,
No.
and it's great.
Oh, I mean, yeah, yeah, I agree.
Thank you. I will try.
Okay, so the first question is, well, the first theory to discuss is Caligula. It's Caligula, guys, not Caligula. Caligula is caked up and has horrible balance because of it. That's why he's so grumpy.
How is that a lore question? First of all.
Well,
Fuck
it's a lore theory to discuss. What do you reckon, guys? Is that why he's so grumpy?
I don't even know what does grumpy mean. Let me Google it for a second.
I don't think that's a very adequate explanation since we all know Ars is the one that's the most caked up and she's not grumpy about it.
Oh, true. Yeah,
In fact,
yeah,
she has excellent balance, which is used for stuff like defense, stance, and fast attack.
yeah.
So that
No,
can't
wait.
possibly be real.
That's true.
No, wait, you're bringing too many English terms. What does caked up mean?
It has a big butt.
Caligula
Obviously,
has a
the
big
only one who actually has
Really?
a butt visible on the game is Abela.
Oh, that's true.
I don't think she's like the kindest person in the game.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I'm
I
sorry.
love
So
that
yeah,
you
that's
said-
actually a fake theory. It doesn't work. Sorry. Yeah,
Just a fake theory.
it's
Yeah, you
canon
can-
I
that
love
being
that,
caked up makes you a nicer person. So
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the anger doesn't come from the ass.
the anger doesn't come from the ass.
Anger is stored in the balls.
Why did I
Yeah.
come back to the podcast exactly? Can I just leave forever?
It's too late. You're already stuck here.
Yeah.
Okay. So my take is that Caligula would be grumpy regardless of his butt, I think.
Yeah. What's making him grumpy then? What do you guys think?
His own personality.
His personality?
The context in which he grew up with, the values he received, the decisions he made, everything you do, like, forges you as a person. He became an awful person because of also his choices.
Yeah.
I think he just enjoys it.
I think both of those are right. Yeah. He was just a bad person growing up, and he grew to enjoy it. There is something funny that Miro said on Twitter though that might make its way into the game. So take this with a grain of salt because it's not actually in game. But Miro said that Caligula could be the way he is because he wanted to be a race car driver when he was younger, but he wasn't able to, and he still really likes race cars. Which is pretty.
And so he became a mafia dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like horse racing.
I
Horse
actually
racing
know a
is
guy like
all
that.
riddled with organized crime. I don't see why like Grand Prix would be any different.
I actually know a guy like that. Like, he was buddies with one of the, what do you call it? Mechanics. At a racetrack, and wound up smooth talking his way into stealing one of the cars for a joyride.
Wow.
And after ruining it by doing a bunch of donuts at an empty parking lot, he wound up going to prison and joining organized crime.
Oh wow. There you go. I can buy Caligula doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your race car theory.
There you go. And Miro's also said that he doesn't want Caligula to have like a sympathetic backstory, like he only turned to crime to look after his family or whatever. Like he's like, no, he's just bad, right? And that would fit with that. You know, he gets kicked out because he's a victim.
if you ever played something like Kingdom Hearts, every time that someone seems evil, at one point it's like, actually, I'm just a misguided good guy. All I'm doing was to protect someone. God damn it!
No, I was
Let
having a
people
good time.
be evil.
Yeah.
I was having a good time playing Final Fantasy 12. Now you mention it, and at one point, the character who was actually evil was controlled by this being, this darkness. I was like, man, fucking Kingdom Hearts got into my Final Fantasy game. Holy shit!
And that's why Final Fantasy 12 is the worst Final Fantasy after Final Fantasy 13.
Shut up. I'm liking it despite that shit.
I didn't say you can't like it, but then what is the worst Final Fantasy in your opinion? Because you have to put something at the worst.
I don't know. I only played 12.
The best one is
playing
definitely 14
10
though.
That's why you say 12 is great, because you only played the 12. That's why you say 12 is great.
I mean, it makes sense, right? If you live here in Earth, you will say Earth is the only place that is good, right, to live, because you don't know the others.
Your logic destroys me. Okay, let's go to the next topic.
Okay, next question is lore theory. Beetle, you know Beetlestone, the new god who set up the libraries of Mahab.
Yes.
Beetle is the moon god.
Beetle? Who the fuck is Beetle?
Battlestone, Dark Raccoon, the one that regens 10% mind every turn.
Beetle. Because he said
No,
Beetle.
he's Grogoroth. What?
He's Grogoroth?
Yeah.
And wait,
I think I know this theory, but explain it. So, sorry, what did you say, Frapollo?
Does the submission leave any motivations for which they think battle is rare? Or
Oh, actually, they do. They said it was revealed to me in a dream. So, I'm inclined to believe it because of that, but I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on it.
Battle is a new god. What else do we have to say about it?
I think Battle is a guy that regenerates your mana every single time that you're...
Yeah.
We just told you. We just told you. Like,
What?
Mao explained to you who is Battle, and I told to you that he's the guy that regens with the Battlestone that regens mind. What do you mean?
He's Canon Embrake Grogoroth. Sorry.
Are you deaf today, Raccoon?
No, I'm just confused by lore questions, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so Bones, what do you say about it?
He's Canon Embrake Grogoroth.
Canon Emperor Grogoroth. Okay, how come?
I mean, you saw his statue, right?
Yeah, it's
Outside
got,
the Grand Library is the whole like swollen belly that's also got a big hole in it.
Mm. Okay. And how come he's
Like all of
Grogu?
the depictions of him have his belly like swollen, but also with a big hole in it.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
today
interesting.
the questions are fire, are crazy questions. Wow, Battle being rare. Like, how do you even think about? Like, you would expect to have some motivations for that, but Battle is just a new god. Like, what else can you say about it?
How come Battle is associated with Groguroth then, Bones?
Oh, because most magical research is. And he's male, and as we all know, everyone is either secretly Grogorath or Sylvian, depending on what costume they're wearing.
I will do you one better. Every enlightened soul is associated with Groguroth. The actual picture of the soul has a solar halo around it, and of course, we all know that Groguroth is a sun god. But other than
yeah, that as well, but
other than Beetle,
I wanted to make something that didn't sound believable. I wanted to say something stupid.
well, see, this is where we have fun. We can actually justify these theories.
To me, it feels like every single combination with Battle makes sense because you need mana with the spells. That makes sense.
But every enlightened soul is associated with Groguroth, right? You've got Nashra, who is straight up. He worships a fire god, which obviously is Groguroth. And then you've got Enki, who mostly uses Groguroth spells. He also uses God of the Depths, but mostly Groguroth spells. And then you've got Osar, who is a yellow mage, who is a adherent of Nashra. So the same applies to him too.
You've also got Nasra summoning a trace of Grogorath in his fight.
Yes, that's true. Yes, he summons that. What does he call it? The darkness.
Yes, the darkness.
And he likes his symbol. The symbol that he uses is the Eclipse Talisman, which is a talisman of Groguroth.
That's true, yeah.
What else was there? There was something else. Oh, right. And Groguroth is the curious god, and enlightenment is all about seeking knowledge. So it stands to reason that he is the patron of that soul type. But yeah, so I can see Beetle or Bethel, whichever you want to call him, being maybe even part of Allmir's birth. Because I think it's interesting that you've got the only known new god that came after Allmir was Beetle, and is involved with pregnancy. Because Beetle built the Grand Libraries, and that was when Allmir was remaking the city of Mahab. So it's interesting. He's definitely got something to do with it. So
I find it so funny how you pronounce beetle because it reminds me of the insect beetle.
Yeah. I guess it could be Beetle. I guess maybe that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, is Beetle, rather than Beetle.
Yeah, I think. Today I
Yeah.
was on a Twitch stream of an Italian player of Fear and Hunger, and he kept saying Darse instead of Darcy or Darce. Darse.
Darcy. Does anybody know?
Yeah.
Has the pronunciation has never been confirmed for anything, and I think Darce is one of those names that nobody is getting quite right.
Yeah. I find
Well,
it
if you
so
actually
funny
look
how-
into the, I actually looked into this one specifically before I did my D'Ars video. If you actually follow the French pronunciation rules, it is D'Ars.
Really?
the arse.
Caked up Darce.
Arse.
Ours. Oh, get it? I get it.
Huh?
That's
This is
great.
also why she's so canonically caked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did you say das?
Darce.
But
No, the R's, as in the butt. Report.
Oh, okay, I see. Perfect.
Let's see. Karen
That
is a
cheap
Please, can you-
word, got it.
can you
If
take
I
a
was
good
from Argentina, like
question?
straight up, if I was reading it from Argentina, without like any kind of context, I would call it Darch.
Dutch.
Darch.
Yeah,
That
that's it.
seems like a Deutsch pronunciation of Dutch.
Maybe.
Do you
So,
want a
Bao,
good
can you
question?
take a good question? Yeah.
This one is just pinecone pigs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, what is... Wait, what is the question?
It just says pinecone pigs. Do you agree?
I said a good question.
I don't agree with
You
this.
don't,
one.
you don't
I think it's
agree?
pretty
Well, then this one's for you,
I
Raccoon.
don't
The next
agree.
question is
Outrageous.
your mom. Haha, get
I
owned!
don't agree with that one either. I hate that one actually.
Okay, so here's a good one. You'll like this one for play. This is a question about you.
I mean,
Well-
let's see if I really
Well,
like
technically,
it.
it's a lore theory rather than a question. Okay, so the theory is that Frapollo is a car in disguise. Not like a transformer, but like a vroom vroom car.
A vroom vroom car
Yeah,
in
like,
disguise.
like a car you drive around.
Okay.
I
There
mean,
are
we
some
do know that
proofs.
there are Italian cars.
Yeah.
Yes, but is there some proof from that theory or
I think it's pretty self-evident.
I mean, just look at you.
how?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at me. Well, you
Yeah,
are not
looking at
looking
you.
at me though. You are not looking at me. Well, how do you know that?
You look like a car.
Yeah. Like, you know, you've got the grill on the front there. Your visor looks like it could light up, like lights coming out the eyes. I think
That makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah. And you're
That's
shiny.
why-
You're shiny like a car.
Oh.
And
That's why when
Wow.
you
Oh.
stream, you go, I see. Makes sense.
And the most famous car company from Italy, Ferrari. What does that start with? F.
With
Frapollo, Ferrari.
Yeah, but you saw me. You remember the first time we talked on Discord? Me and Raccoon had the webcams opened.
That's right, you look like a car. Yes, you were.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh no!
You're actually just a car.
No.
Wow.
It had
Amazing.
to be a secret. God damn it!
Sorry, it's too obvious.
Now every time I go out, everyone is gonna recognize. Oh, look, that's the car that does YouTube. Wow.
The Fear and Hunger car.
It's
I'm
so over
curious,
for
actually.
Frapollo.
I'm actually curious, actually. Has someone ever recognized you outside, like maybe based on your voice or something?
No, I don't go outside.
No.
I
don't-
did.
Okay, the other still talks.
I did. One of my community members posted a picture of where they were having lunch once, in a city that I live near, and then I went there not long after and took a picture of the same spot, and I thought that's pretty funny.
Oh
Nice.
I'm like, gotcha.
no,
Fucking
they
Theo.
missed the
love
special
that.
event by some hours. God
Yeah.
damn it. Alright, I see.
Okay, so here we go. Here's one for Raccoon. Actually, this person would like to know a little bit more about the Fear and Hunger speedrun community, like the fastest speeds, most notable speedrunner, bugs and shortcuts, how it started, etc. So how did it start? We'll start from the start. How did the speedrunning section start? Like what was the how did it start?
So how did the play start to begin with? I was wondering to myself, should I make a speedrun of Fear and Hunger Termina because I like it so much, and because I finished it in like 2 hours one time, like my 9th playthrough, and I said to myself, yeah, sure, why not? Sure, like it couldn't be that bad, right? But there's no speedrun.com thing, so I was like, okay, let's just try to make one, and I found that you can actually make a speedrun.com page easily by just making the run, submitting it to speedrun.com, and waiting for speedrun.com to respond, which only took like 1 week for me to have my page up.
A week? What the
Yeah.
hell? What are
A
they doing
week.
over there?
Yeah, a week. So if you find a game that has no speedrun.com category, you can take it,
Huh.
and it works.
Is there a category for the first game?
There wasn't, and I told somebody who I knew very well to be part of that speedrun place.
Isn't that
I don't remember
Jaspi?
if they accepted. I don't know if it was Jaspi who I told it, or he ended up taking it before I gave him the chance to ask him. But if it was Jaspi, maybe I helped him on this one because I explained my situation to a lot of people. So maybe it inspired him, or I told him to do it. One or the other. Thing is, any game that you think that you can speedrun and there's no category, you can just be an administrator of that one.
Wow.
That's pretty good. to be
Yeah, but
honest.
after you do it, you get forced into being the moderator of that speedrun category.
You are
even if
forced
you
to
don't
do
want
that, yes, and I liked it a lot, and I still like like reviewing the content that is thrown for me to like read through it.
Sorry, can I just say, Raccoon? You're not really beating the stereotype here. A furry speedrunner moderator.
Hey, I'm doing.
And also, you
wonders
are
for the
technically
community.
even a Discord mode. Like everything is
I'm-
combined.
I am I am helping the community as much as I can.
Of course, we are
Alright.
joking,
Well,
guys.
you're
Don't
being a
take this
car.
offensive.
We love raccoons,
You're being a
don't we?
fucking car.
You're being a car.
Uh-huh.
You're not even doing anything. You like to get sat on, for example. Fuck you.
When I go outside with my Ferrari, I am gonna think about it.
So what's the current world record for the games? Do you know?
I haven't been keeping up with it because there's a few things that have been going on, which are that the rules established to be able to speedrun the game have been wonky, have been hard to follow.
What do you
And
mean?
we're mostly trying to figure out, because of the fact that we have introduced a glitch that reduced the game's length from 50 minutes to 20 minutes. So it's not as fun to run as it is. Because
Okay.
the run is pretty, usual to run through. For running V and C, which is most of it. And A stays the same, thankfully, at 30 minutes. But yeah, it's kind of
I'm
hard
sorry,
on that
why?
one because of
Why
it.
is it not funny? Why is it not funny?
Because they're all the same in a way. You know, when there's like a different way of playing the game and like there's few routes that you can take to optimize. Well, we found the best way to optimize the run in order for us to not do anything else and just accept that one route is just the best. Because if you miss it, Frapollo, there's a spot where you can. I made a video about it actually. Where you can push yourself in a spot where you can shoot with a sniper and a pistol and get infinite souls from a vela. Getting all the
Yes,
souls
I know about
required
it.
to open to open the thing, the ending B.
But
C.
okay, but I mean, okay. First of all, that seems like a bug, which is gonna get
Yeah.
probably fixed with the new update. So probably the speedrun community is gonna change. But also, if you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about
exactly.
Probably made
Exactly.
canon in the new update.
That's what I'm doing
it,
right now.
no.
That's
But also,
what
if
we
you
are
think
doing right
about
now.
it, yeah. But
That is
if you
what we're
think
doing
about
right
it, yeah. But if you think about it, what I mean is, I feel like at one point a game can have different ways to be played. I think recently they discovered that there was a way to reduce the world record of Super Mario Brothers by going slower, and it made possible reducing the timer by 1 second, if I remember correctly. From what I remember, I'm not sure. But in general, it's clear that at one point the strategies are gonna be mostly the same. Like, have you ever seen ending E speedrun any % for Fear and Hunger 1?
I'm
The
just looking at it
strategy is
now.
literal.
It's 8. The top one
Huh?
is 18 seconds. Is the world record?
Yeah. Yeah,
Ending
18
E.
seconds. The strategy is literally take a dash in the intro. Now the strategy is this. Before it wasn't, but it's becoming only this because
So
the
there's
18
two
seconds
things
was
about
record.
this, which is, like I said before, we're waiting for a patch to be able to fix this. Next patch will not invalidate every single run that was before, because it will be a different patch, and this one will be fixing this, allowing what is to be allowed, right, to have a proper
Yeah,
run.
but what I want to say
and a
is,
glitchless
couldn't you
in
just
a way.
introduce a glitchless category and an any % category?
Right now I can't, because it's gonna invalidate most of the runs that are before that were counted as glitchless in a way. There's a huge kind of beans in it that I have to do to be able to not invalidate what the previous runs were. They were glitchless at the time.
At the time, I mean, if the rules change, the runs are gonna be invalidated. The rules are retroactive.
Yes, but we're gonna be having the patch coming up soon, so I don't wanna make the
Oh, you're
runs
gonna
that
wait
we
for the
had
patch
before.
so you don't have to do
Yes.
2 times. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
So I'm waiting
that's
for a
fair.
new patch, and then we're gonna be having the categories properly settled, so we know what can and cannot be done. And also, we're only 5 moderators, sorry. So we cannot really add that much categories, because every single category is 5 runs that could be working, which is ending A, B, C, V, and A.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There are a lot of content, and there's people who actually uploaded for like 2 hours of content that I had to review, and it wasn't really fun to have to sit through that.
This is a call out
We also
post for
have the
whoever
3
did that, by the way.
Nah, it's
Wait, you
fine.
said it wasn't really fun, but before you said you like reviewing because it's fun.
Yeah, but what I mean is like, this is a lot of stuff that we have to sit through. Having more
Yeah.
when we have no staff to be able to review it, it's gonna be really hard.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
in that sense. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta be careful with this. I don't want to tire the people who verify, right? Who are actively verifying speedruns.
Yeah, honestly,
Gotta
it's
be-
fair to wait until
yeah.
the major patch drops, and that's when you can update all your rules, because the patch is going to change a lot anyway, you know? Like, it's
Yeah.
adding a whole extra way to get into the city. It could completely change how the runs work. You know,
The way
so-
we see it is we're gonna allow glitch runs, I think any percent runs, whatever the fuck, to just happen right away. And this is like anything that can happen because we don't know what anyone is capable of course. And then we're gonna be making a glitchless / no major glitches category that will
Yeah.
allow people to know what it is the major glitches that you shouldn't do. But it's gonna take a while, so it's gonna be slowly, but we're gonna work it out.
Hmm. Be interesting to see then. We'll have to do an update when then. Well, we're going to be. I think we're going to be doing a few
I
episodes based
hope.
around the changes
All
from the patch. I think.
I
so.
wish should not have to think about is the lore glitches for speedrunning that we have to actually respect from Miro. Because the way I asked me, the time that I asked Miro, "Hey, is this a glitch?" He said, "Yes, it's a feature." He said about the blue box skill and whatever the freak. The running that he's making it canon now in the rulebook, the combat manual. Like, running can happen.
So
What?
good.
Fucking well, Miro.
Oh man, I don't know. I still don't know if he's just trolling with that or not. It's hard to tell on Twitter sometimes.
I don't know. I'm scared. That's what I'm scared of. He's not easy to read.
Yeah, it could be something that he just can't fix as well. So he's just sort of put a cheeky nod to it. So I don't even know, because what do you guys even know what causes the infinite running? Well, infinite running.
So what I've been told by one of my mods, my Discord server, is that he says that once you are able to, like, once you run out of energy, if you let go at the right time when you're taking a step, you can end up having infinite stamina. And he has done it in front of me like 5 times in a row, showing me that it actually is real and it is true that you can actually do it easily.
Okay.
So it is just letting go of run at the time that you have to do it, which is gonna be a tech that if Miro implements it in the next patch, it's gonna be important for you to follow.
Yeah.
To get a record.
How would you? Is that? I wonder if that's caused by the same issue that T skipping it uses, because if it's like when you're in between a tile and you're still moving, and it's just not triggering something yet.
Maybe the stamina being cleaned completely is based on when you let go of the shift. If not any glitches and there's no, like, the trigger doesn't exist and you continue running. But the same happens at times when you run on a bear trap or running into a bear trap, you end up still walking, even though you're on the floor. Your character is still walking.
Yeah, I've seen that
run
happen a few
through that?
times. Yeah.
Yeah. That never happened in Fear and Hunger 1. Whenever you step on a bear trap, it's gone.
Well, Fear and Hunger 1 actually has a very similar bug.
Hmm.
Basically, the state machine that's managing the speed that you're supposed to have sometimes just won't update properly because of the logic behind it.
Huh.
Like, well, I think, I haven't confirmed this, but I think this would be one of the ways to do it. You know how you can't use On Guard after, is it trading or speaking to Pocket Cat?
Yes, it's like you talk to Pocket Cat and I think you either refuse to give the girl or you give her for the claim or something.
But yeah, if you can time that correctly so that it goes off while you are in the On Guard state, you should maintain On Guard movement speed.
Oh wow.
No, you don't need the. No, you don't need to maintain to click and guard. You just talk with it. The problem is Pocket Cat discussion doesn't turn off a switch called Suicide in Progress in process. While that switch is turned on, you
I get that
guard.
part. I get that part.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm discussing isn't whether or not you can use On Guard, but if you can interrupt the Suicide in Progress switch, which I've done through a couple of other methods I don't particularly remember, you can actually maintain the On Guard speed boost while permanently losing the ability to use On Guard because you've interrupted some switch somewhere.
Wow.
Or you mean like permanently, like even when you go into other events that are gonna disable suicide in process, you still maintain the speed, or you mean
Yes.
something else?
Well,
Yes, I've done that a couple
Ah.
of times. I'm thinking of like looking into the specifics of how it works, since I caught it on camera once or twice, and it's probably worth mentioning to the speed runners because it's like a 12% movement boost.
yeah, that's nuts.
I mean, to be fair, speedrunners are only gonna move with with phase step, but yeah, the movement boost when you're just walking is fine, is good.
Yeah, I guess can you start with on guard?
You no. Imagine starting with Engard.
I
That would
mean,
be
you
strong
can
as
get
fuck.
it right at the start by
Easily, seriously.
getting an empty scroll.
Yeah, yeah. Do you really want? No, you want to turn speedrun category into just getting randomly an empty scroll for Engard and trigger. Oh no.
Someone was actually trying to get an empty scroll and Quill to be able to get ending E.
They did.
faster than
They are the
others.
current world record.
They had a good record. They cheated the fuck out
18
of
seconds.
it. They cheated, man. I'm not even
What do you-
kidding.
What do you mean they cheated?
The lag on that is just amazing. I love it.
I know, Raccoon, but like
It's just
there
beautiful.
is no proof that they did cheat. Like it is something
Well-
that it's very easily I could do it right now. And as far as I know, for now there is no way to understand. No, wait, I don't think I should say this. Otherwise, a lot of people are gonna try to take the world record. So let's go to the next
No,
topic.
open the floodgates. Open the floodgates.
So the way I
Actually-
see it personally is that you can easily just modify for it to be always the same item and make it so that you're like, oh my god, I cannot get it for like 2 hours.
Like,
And you
let's
load
say
up
I
the one
let's
that
say
actually
I'm
works.
not an RPG Maker expert, but it would be very easy to just code the game so that you can find a quill and an empty scroll at the start, and at that point you can just record yourself doing the best attempt ever, because the 18-second world record has a perfect timing with the writing, with the movement. It's perfect. Like the pressure that person must have had if the record is legit, which for now I genuinely think it is, because okay, while it could have been cheated, I still have a part of my brain that doesn't conceive the idea, that doesn't consider the idea of someone deciding, I'm gonna speedrunning this niche game with a somewhat normal community, not too big, not too small, and I'm gonna get the world record to feel self-accomplishment. Like, I don't really think, like, my brain cannot process it. I know in bigger speedruns
mean-
like Super Mario they do it, but I don't know. That's a yeah.
That's almost literally what I did with the wrong warps.
What do you mean?
The wrong ending warps thing. I didn't, cheat to get it done, but I did, decide to take a technical world record by coming up with something stupid.
Wait,
Specifically
you
just
cheated?
for like the clout.
No,
I
so you
didn't
didn't cheat.
I used
no.
a yet undiscovered glitch to take a technical world record for the sake of internet clout and making a video about it mostly.
No,
But you
yeah,
can
but-
totally confirm that the sort of person who would do that thing exists because I'm one of them.
No, but no, Jones. What you did is different. There is a difference between coming up with a new strategy and just modifying the game files to get a world record.
Yeah.
There is, but let's be real. I would totally do the second one if I thought it would matter.
All right, I'm gonna shut up then.
You're gonna pull a dream then.
Going back to it though, it's like there's no way for us to verify if it's cheating or not. I am
that's the
just gonna
point.
look at it and be like, okay, this is a good video. It's fine.
Well, yeah, like if
Yeah,
it's
I
something
don't care
minor like
too much
that, like
about
how would you? Unless they submit like 4 hours of their
Yeah.
RNG, and it's like, are you gonna sit there and watch that for every single run that's
Yeah.
submitted?
Even
the way
then,
I
it would be
did it,
trivial
even though
to
it's not
slice
like
it
I
after
say
the
for
fact.
it's not the easiest thing to do because it can easily be just cheated. The way I did it when I did the glitch test E was I did the thing, the run, but then I showed fucking 3 minutes of me going in. Sorry, did I say ending E? I did ending E 80%. Sorry, there you go. But I showed actually I showed 30 minutes of proof of me going through this, and it's just beautiful how the video is just 2 minutes long, but then it's like just proof of me just going through that, which again, it doesn't give much context if I just loaded a different save, right? Or
Yeah.
a different instance of Fear Hunger. Like that can easily be done. Not saying that it can't.
Yeah,
You can
it's
also
like,
just splice the video.
So it's hard, pretty much. It's just video editing.
exactly, yeah, and you can splice a video. Like, unless you're streaming it, and unless you have an army of people who obsess over every detail, like with Minecraft, like cheating is just gonna, it's just gonna be. Maybe we shouldn't say how easy it is to cheat in this game, in public, when we want more people to speak.
We just did.
I mean, every single speed run is trivial to cheat.
Well,
I mean-
the thing about it is that we have to let people know because of how this should be taken into account when verifying it.
Yeah.
The more people that we have verifying this, the easier it is for us to enjoy these videos.
Yeah, I mean, like it's easy to modify. Like, you know, like the whole dream thing was a good example of it. It's like,
Mhm.
like they managed to watch all of his like hundreds of hours of footage to find out that his chances are off by like a certain magnitude. And it's like, are people going to do that for like Fear and Hunger, some random niche game that is relatively popular, but it's still like you don't have thousands of people willing to do that.
That's the thing I'm thinking too. Like my brain isn't able to process the idea of someone just deciding I'm gonna speedrun cheating in this niche game instead of doing it on something more mainstream that could potentially also get me views or something. You know, like
Yeah.
I think also that people that cheat either do it just because they are
I think
stupid
being
and want
number
self-accomplishment, or because they want views. Sorry, Raccoon. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I think being number one when it comes to anything, even if it's like taking the fastest shit in the world, it's still something that is like important for some people. So I can definitely see it being cheated upon any kind of thing like this, to be honest.
Yeah, but like
This-
it's like saying I am the number one at I don't know, farting with my nose. Wow, fantastic, incredible.
Yeah, but
and
some
then,
people will catch on to that at one point and be like, "Oh shit, it's actually this." Like,
Yeah, but
there's
people
a
will
lot
cheat
of
for
people
any
who like
reason, right?
specific stuff.
You can't assume people are going to be moral about stuff. They'll just cheat and then just be happy about it. And then, you know, there's a recent video by one of those big people, probably Carl Jobs or someone like that, talking about like a 10-year-old COD Zombies run that was like they found out like they found out it was cheating relatively quickly, but the guy still 10 years later is like, no, I still got that record, even though it's like basically a matter of fact that he cheated this run. People will
it's
just
like
do it.
the Mitchell story with the Donkey Kong in the Twin Galaxy store or something, right?
yeah.
I remember that.
That one's
It's
nuts.
the human element.
Yeah, but like you see, Donkey Kong is one of the most popular games of all time, both for we may say history in arcade video games, and also because of the speedrunning community. And like it is, no wait, for Donkey Kong, I think it's also there's also the high score community or something.
Mm.
But still, Fear and Hunger is known by me, Super High Patrol, you, your grandma, and who else?
Yeah, my grandma plays
never
Fear and
know
Hunger. She
when it
loves it.
goes
She
to
got me
these
into it actually.
things.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
never know when it
exactly,
comes to these things.
Oh, wait, hang on.
because-
Before we move on, I should say that Billy Mitchell and the COD guy are only alleged cheaters, so they don't sue us. They only allegedly cheated. Sorry, Raccoon, please continue.
They weren't even. Well, whatever, it's fine. I was saying that we're growing pretty well with this, so like it's common to see people wanting to like cheat to be able to get to this point. In a way, right? Frapollo grew a lot, Mao grew a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, that's also true. But like, I still think the
Yeah.
community of Fear and Hunger is not as big as the communities of
Yeah, I
games
know,
in which
but
could
like,
actually see more
For
cheaters.
example, like there's a lot of moderation when it comes to a bigger game, so you're gonna get caught. Like it's not easy to cheat.
Also, on the other hand, there is one thing the speedrunning community of this could do. I think there are some ways in RPG Maker to understand, like, you know how, for example, in Doom, there is the file that records all the movement you do in every frame or something.
Oh, yeah. Like
Yeah,
replays.
I for sure there has to be something similar for RPG Maker games. Like, come on, there is no. I feel with the time we are gonna discover something important about how RPG Maker works, and maybe this potentially could also allow to understand better the cheating parts. Maybe with more verification steps, maybe you need to send an extra file that is present inside of the game files or something that should tell you all that happened in the run or something. You know what I mean?
I'm going to put my clout coins down right here and declare that will not happen.
Oh,
That will not.
Because specifically, the obfuscated RNG function within JavaScript basically guarantees that there's no way to do so without figuring out the way JavaScript handles its RNG calls and making it consistent on the hardware level.
There was recently a video I watched, by the way, of Mario 64 where people are actually cheating through Mario 64 with. They made the game PC, like they made the actual game, like the whole game on PC, and you can actually change everything from the game with like some scripts and whatever, because it's actually you can play it on PC now, which is crazy. To play Mario 64 on PC, and I feel like yes, cheating is gonna be more likely the more we spend time on it. But we gotta find ways to go against it. Has to be.
look, I don't think so. Like, even if you could write a special mod that all speedrunners have to use, that like, you know, tracks all the actions and maybe sets seeds, like gets the random seed, so whenever you replay it, it's identical. Like, there's nothing stopping somebody from using a different mod while they're playing. That just changes the RNG. You know, it's like, I think that that's just the way that, because we have full access to the source code for Fear and Hunger, I think it's just too easy to break in half. And I don't know if you could do anything about that. You know, I think you just have to watch playthroughs very carefully, and RNG is always going to be something that sort of, you know, maybe you'll just have to do a category that lets people change the RNG how they like, you know, like set seed. You know,
If we get people who are allowing themselves to mod the play, then sure. The more categories the better. Right now, I don't think so, sadly.
if people are going to set the seed, just you know, accept it. Go, all right. You go set seed category.
Sure.
Okay, so next question: if you were all on a quest to become actual new gods, what soul would you have, and what dangers in the dungeon would challenge you most? Would you go as a party, or would you ditch each other to get ahead?
I think I would have. Okay, canonically, I think at this point I have the Tormented Soul, which means I would have the crappiest skills of them all. Which means I would stay with you guys because I don't want to die.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What would challenge you the most, do you think, in the dungeon?
Definitely. What would challenge me the most would be the bugs. Like, every time I see a bug, my character just gets an art attack, I lose all the mind immediately, my body goes to 1, and I need a freaking green herb because I get infected in the soul.
Wait, do you mean like coding bug or like an insect?
You decide.
The same thing.
Same thing. No, I mean coding bug, of course, not the actual bugs. I mean, I am scared IRL of all possible bugs in existence, like bees, spiders, ants, everything that moves on the ground that is an insectoid. I hate it so badly. So like entering the dungeon and seeing the little spider enemy in Mahaber, for example, would give me an heart attack.
Yeah, those guys are creepy.
Ooh.
Okay. Who's
What
next?
about you
Raccoon?
guys?
Which what soul would you have?
I think it was, well, what was my soul that I said that one chapter? I forgot.
Endless?
Was it endless?
I don't know, I'm asking.
Let me look up the souls real quick. Meanwhile, I'll go with bones for now.
Okay, Bones.
Wouldn't you have the Levi soul because, like, you got written into the game over Levi?
That makes sense, actually.
Does he
I'm
strike
forced
you as
to
a
it.
solitary soul kind of person, though?
Yes,
I don't know.
definitely. I am Levi.
I think you're more of a decrepit soul, personally.
Why is that?
I don't know, you just had that vibe.
Well, I got Levi-sized, so
Yeah.
can't say not to it. Totally. About character in the game.
How about the caressing
I
soul?
would say
Because you're nice and you also like technical
Nah.
stuff with speedrunning, so.
maybe caressing, but solitary mostly because I don't want to get into dumb stuff most of the time. I just want to be alone.
You do not. You're always messaging people and always talking to people. You are the exact opposite of
Yeah,
solitary.
sure.
You are the extrovert
But
soul, not the introvert soul.
I am the growing one, as I say, grew from that.
Raccoon,
I-
every time I go on Discord and I skim over your Discord server, you're in voice chat with like 10
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
But you are never in voice chat with anyone. What's that supposed to mean for Frapollo, eh?
It means that he's probably a solitary soul and you're definitely not.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Actually.
Yeah, let's say
No.
like it's not like I'm solitary, but I
No,
have
no.
stuff to do.
You are.
No, I have a lot of stuff to do.
No, you either are solitary or you're not. And you're caring. That's it. There's only two
I
souls in
mean,
the game.
You just said that you either are solitary or you're not. It's not like you can be something else.
Are you? I don't know.
You were definitely the caressing soul.
Haven't started.
Raccoon, definitely.
I like how I got so many souls. Like I got the Levi because I got Levi sized into the game. I'm Levi now, and I got the freaking blank soul from the dragon that I'm using in my avatar right now.
Yeah, the blank
And
soul.
now I'm getting the charisma soul from you guys.
I don't know. You don't really strike me as a blank soul person.
Well then, I guess kerosene will be the way.
Um,
What's gonna be the hardest thing to deal with? I guess
yeah.
probably.
There's a lot of nightmares in the dungeon.
I would say ghosts, maybe,
The ghosts, you reckon?
because they will know what my phobias are.
Is
The
that how
only
ghosts
character
work?
who will know my phobias. I think so. Like ghosts have to know at least what you're feeling to make you feel scared, right? It makes
they?
sense to me. I think so.
Do they cause
what I
panophobia? I
think,
think
at
that,
least.
that comes through in the mechanics, right?
That's
They
why.
have
That's
to.
why. Like their main attack is causing you panophobia or like heart attack, which is based on fear. So them knowing what you are fearing the most is not far far-fetched in a way.
I guess.
I think ghosts are the ones that are just gonna be like the most or something because you know that ghosts can just go through walls. Like you never know when you're not with a ghost around. They can just follow you.
That's true, yeah. Come up out of the
I hate
ground
them.
and scream at you. Yeah, those guys are pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I hate my phobia so badly. To be honest, I'm down to share if you guys are down.
Yeah, what's your phobia?
phobias?
So I have a phobia, which is, you know, when you're like looking at a window or a door open and there's like darkness behind it,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
a dim light, and
Yeah.
then you see somebody leaning from it,
Is that
and
a
then
phobia or
they
is that
move
just
back,
something
and you
spooky?
try to check who it is, and there's no one outside.
What do you mean you try to check? If I see someone like that, I rush at the door and I slam it on his face. Like I don't care. Like I don't care.
that's-
I'm not gonna deal with it.
exactly. But I know it never happened to me in real life, right? But I've seen videos and I heard people say that they saw somebody or something in a window or through a door, and then they check and there was nothing there. And I hate that
And-
because I have 3 windows that I can check here in my room. It never happened to me.
And that's
But
why
I love
sleep
that.
I sleep with my door closed, and there is
Of
the
course, I
curtains
close
on
everything
the
as well.
windows.
I close everything as well, but it's scary, man. Just imagine that could happen. But then again, that drives me into a motivated state because I don't get scared by stuff.
Hmm.
And I love getting scared because it's a thing that I used to feel a lot when as a kid. I used to be scared of everything.
Hmm.
But yeah, that is my phobia that I have, and I explode whenever it happens. Because it's like any kind of leaning from any place where you cannot see properly,
That's creepy, yeah.
and knowing if they're there.
You
when
must
you're
hate
gonna
analog
check
horror
back.
then. You mustn't be able to watch any analog horror.
It's kind of scary.
Because that's all that is. Or someone spooky
Yeah.
leaning around a corner through a doorway or something.
But like I think it gets me going. Like I watch it and I get like so scared that I end up like imagining it for like a week, and I love that. I love getting like that.
Weird.
But it's hard. It's hard for me to get into that because I tend to overthink and be like, that doesn't make any sense because of this, because of that. So it's hard to find specific videos that get me going.
You should watch,
Or-
you know what I'm watching recently? I'm watching people getting stuck or dying into caves, there was the video about the Paria employees getting stuck into the oil pipe. There was the Nutty Putty cave. I
would
love
love
those
to see
videos.
this. You should share me then when you can.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nutty Putty. That's
Um,
terrifying, man. Screw that.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
see
that's
it. I wanna
terrifying.
see
That's
it.
why I love it.
I love getting scared, like I said before. One of the content creators from Argentina that I watch a lot. Actually, I don't know if he's from Argentina. His name is Dross. People in the comments who know who Dross is and speak Spanish will be able to recognize. But he makes one of the most scary videos I have seen. Mostly because of nostalgia, I think that I love it. But the way that he explains everything slowly and just building up to this spooks feels really good. Haven't found anybody who explains something so dumb and silly into something scary. But yes, moving on. What are your guys' phobias?
Oh, we're sharing phobias.
I mean, shouldn't phobias just be like part of the soul type and biggest challenge?
You reckon?
I think so. It's basically just the same question.
Yeah.
The third stat you have when going into the dungeon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I would probably be Enlightened Soul, I think. People always tell me I've got Enlightened Soul just because I know so much about the lore.
It's got to be endless since you start with dash.
Oh, that's true. I do start with dash. No, you can start with dash when you're not. You can learn dash when you're not endless.
I guess.
You have to make sacrifices, but you can do it. I think I'm Enlightened Soul. And I have been traditionally into a lot of magic and stuff, so that makes sense. I guess my phobia, I am actually agoraphobic. I hate. It's not enclosed spaces, it's feeling like you're unable to escape a situation. I actually have that. So I can't go certain places.
So like you cannot what exactly? Sorry, like not being in a closed place.
Yeah, it's feeling like if you're in a closed space, you can't escape if something goes wrong. Or it's in general, it's like you can't escape a situation if something goes wrong in general. So it's like, well, like, you know, being in like underground cave, like Nutty Putty, or that video with the oil pipe, which was a banger video.
So wait,
Yeah.
you're scared of not being able to move around freely, and you're trying to tell me that that's enlightened and not endless? Come on.
That's true.
I'm half and half. I'm end-lessened. There you go.
No, it's just an endless soul that has a lot of like backstory stuff with magic, like what Levi can get.
You know what? Thinking about it, the reason I like magic so much is because it gives you so many options, and that is very endless, isn't it?
Exactly.
Wow. So you know what? Yeah, you're right. I am an endless soul. Yeah, and my fear is not being an endless soul.
So like an elevator will like trigger that phobia or not?
A little bit. I don't like it. I actually went in an elevator recently up to like the 20th floor or something of a building, and I didn't like it. But it's not like a crippling phobia, unless I'm like, I remember going on a school camp where there was like an underground tunnel that we had to crawl through, and it was tiny and muddy, and I was like, nah, can't do it. I like poked my head in, and I couldn't move an inch. Something like that is bad, but like, and I didn't like the elevator, but it's not like crippling. But like my family has a property out in the middle of nowhere. It's like 2 hours away from everything in every direction. And I can't stand going out there. And it's the thought that if something happens, you know, you get bitten by a deadly snake, like Australia has the deadliest snakes in the world, and they're in that area. Like, you know, you might die if something happens, if you get in an accident, that sort of thing. It's just that fear in the back of my head. And so it's not just closed in spaces, it's anywhere where if something bad happens, you can't escape, you can't get help, you know. So I'll probably not do very well in the dungeons or in Preheval, thinking about it, because no help is coming and you can't escape. So sorry, guys. I will probably take ending E as soon as possible. So I don't know. Would anything specifically be worse about the dungeons for me? I don't know. I think I think getting into the dungeon and seeing the guards would be the worst part. And I think once you get over that, you sort of get in the right mind space and you're like, oh, okay, this place is living hell. And then you sort of accept it. I think getting over that initial hurdle would be the worst part. Maybe then going into Mahar, because then it's an entirely different kettle of fish after that. But once you sort of accept that this place is living hell and reality is breaking down, then it becomes a lot easier to accept everything else. You know? Like, Cromwell isn't as shocking after you've seen a guard. He's still shocking, but not as bad. So I think that would be the worst part. Yeah. So how about you, Bones? What do you reckon?
Well, either the Domination or Tainted Soul, depending on how you want to slice it.
Well, you know, they are the same thing, so.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll
Because, boy, howdy, do I love me some fighting.
We'll say Tainted. We'll say Tainted because that is more geared towards fist fighting.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm exclusively a fist fighter. I do have experience with pole arms and swords.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Used to do, what is it, Battle of the Nations?
Huh. I feel like
Feel free to look that up into YouTube. It's awesome. Imagine, like, LARPing, right? Where you have, like, people beating on each other with foam swords, except instead of foam swords, it's steel swords.
Wow. So it was a Battle
And,
of
like,
the Nations?
Yeah, and, like, if a match happens and someone hasn't walked away with, like, at least one person hasn't walked away with a concussion and broken fingers, something very unusual happened.
That sounds rad. What the hell?
It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, they had me on as an Axeman, but because of that, I wouldn't expect to have much in the way of issues with, like, any type of combat. Like, if you threw me naked and unarmed against Crowmauler, I'd still expect to win.
Oh, we've discussed this before, yeah. Yeah, go in low.
Yeah. The biggest issue I think I would have with it is that, like, hurting people is really fun, especially if they're weaker than you.
Would you just turn into Trotter? Have a new Trotter in the
I'd probably turn into, like, Crowmauler or like, Needles. I'd turn in... The biggest issue would me not just, like, going berserk and hurting people for fun because the dungeon lets me.
So what's a fear for losing your grip on reality and starting to hurt people? What's a fear for
That's not really a fear, because that seems like fun.
Oh man. Okay, so Bones, you can go alone. I don't think.
I mean, yeah, I'm the sort of guy who would go in there alone because, like, yeah, whatever. I'll just fight whatever comes out my way and win. Problem solved.
What fear would you have if you had to pick one of the phobias? What would you have?
I mean, I don't really have a phobia. Most of the stuff you can find in Fear and Hunger 1 is stuff that I've already dealt with in real life, so I know I can handle myself in those situations.
But what is, like, a real life thing that you have, you cannot push yourself into?
I don't have those.
You don't have those.
I don't have those.
Is there a fear of loud noises, like a fear of loud neighbors? Phonophobia. You can have phonophobia. There you go.
That's not a fear. That's a quit showing up in my recording, you dickheads.
Well, you got to pick one. You had to pick one.
Do I do?
You do.
Skeletons
Sorry.
don't have one.
You had to pick one. This is how it is.
Oh, what is it called? Hold on. Let me Google this real quick. I cannot remember the name of it, and I want to get it right. Here we go. That's what it would be. Euphobia.
Euphobia?
Yes.
What's
The
euphobia?
fear of hearing good news.
Interesting.
Because if I hear it, I'm just going to assume you're lying at this point.
Yeah. So that old meme is like, I like how this sucks.
Really, if you're going to throw me into the dungeon as like a character, you know how like Ragnvalder can get brain floured and Enki can form a marriage?
Yeah.
But only if you don't like recruit them quick enough? Something like that, except it spawns an extra crow mauler type.
He's corrupted by the dungeon. Corrupted?
It's not corrupted, it's liberated! I get to have all of the fun I want beating on people that are weaker than me, which is most people, which is awesome.
Yeah. Was there anybody in the game who wasn't corrupted in the dungeon that wasn't corrupted by the dungeon?
Jean, technically.
Oh, sorry. Someone that attacks you that wasn't corrupted by the dungeon.
Ooh.
I guess Trota kind of is, but he was kind of mind broken by torture anyway. So he wasn't a regular person before he got put in there.
I mean, Da'ars?
Oh, if you kill the guard, she'll attack you, yeah.
Yeah, she will straight up attack you outside of the dungeon. She's not like going crazy because of the dungeon. She's just like, oh,
I guess
you
if
just
that
killed the
logic
guy I
is Gahara,
simped for. How dare you?
Yeah.
It will be Gahara as well then.
Oh,
You're like,
true,
hey, you
yeah.
stole that shit from me.
Oh, wait, does he attack
Okay.
you there, or does he just try
Yeah,
and
he
run away?
attacks you. No, he attacks you. He's like, oh, well, I cannot hide it. He attacks you.
Ah, there you go. Interesting. Just a playable character.
Also,
so-
Ragnvalder, if you try to defend Legard.
Yeah. Interesting.
And also Enki if he finds you annoying enough.
No, Enki will never attack you. Like, he just is angry, but never starts a fight with you.
Oh, he doesn't?
What?
No, he doesn't.
No, if you annoy him enough on the 3rd floor, then walk into the 7th floor room with the Book of Enlightenment, he will attack you on sight.
Does it? Wait.
Yeah, you don't even get like a dialogue choice that says, no, I'm not dealing with you anymore, and then just goes straight into hurting.
Did I miss it? Wow.
Wow. That's great. Bully a nerd so much he lashes out.
Bully him by having to, forcing him to partake in friendly conversation.
Wait, are you Ah. Okay, no, yeah.
Yeah, it's
nothing
a trigger
more.
right inside the doorway. You don't even talk to him. You just walk into the room and he says, all right, nope, and attacks you.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh, wait, Frapollo, what was your phobia?
Thalassophobia, claustrophobia, arachnophobia, panphobia.
Panphobia?
What was the biggest one? I would say.
Of course, that's how you know you have the tormented soul. You start with panophobia.
Yeah.
What,
They just
what
make...
is the biggest one? I wonder out of all of them, that you would think that you cannot take at all.
I was going to say, sorry to interrupt, but I was going to say that Ragnvalder should just start with panophobia. Then like, oh, he can just start with panophobia. He really is tormented. What the hell? Oh man. Yeah. Sorry, Raccoon. What did you ask?
I was wondering, like, what is the biggest one that you think you're gonna like not be able to take, Frapollo? Like
What,
the biggest
sorry?
fear, the biggest phobia that you have.
The
The
biggest
heaviest
is probably claustrophobia. Like, I need
Are
to be
you
able to move.
afraid of clowns?
Claustro.
Wait,
What is that?
what is the fear of clowns again? Isn't there?
Clown phobia, I think it is.
It's like
Claustrophobia.
colatophobia or something.
Coulrophobia.
Coulrophobia.
Coulro,
I
yeah,
should
it's
know
really
this,
close to
isn't it?
Glasso.
Coulrophobia.
Yeah, it's in Dead by
Gosh.
Daylight.
Yeah. It's a
Like if I'm not able to move, I just start panicking. Like one time, we have a little elevator in our near the room. At the how do we say it? At the it's not a house. How is the condominium?
Oh,
Do you
like
say
units or
condominium
flats
in
or something.
English? Yeah, one of my friends has a very small elevator at their condominium. When I go to them, I feel like the elevator closes on me or something. You know, I feel like I am I'm blocked by it. I cannot move.
Hmm. Is that the same? Is
Or
that the
should-
same as what I was describing before? How you feel like you can't escape from a bad situation in general?
Not exactly. Not that I can't escape. More that I can't move.
Oh, okay.
Like even if I wasn't able to escape, if the ambient is large enough, okay, I'm fine.
It's interesting that there isn't a
Okay.
claustrophobia in Fear and Hunger. I feel like that would probably actually be a really bad fear to have, wouldn't it?
Well, since phobia only applies during combat, how are they supposed to implement that as like a thing caused by an enemy?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they are just specifically enemy fears, aren't they? Maybe you can have like two classes, like enemy fears and then world fears. And claustrophobia triggers when you're moving around the world. Maybe you like lose sanity faster or something like that, but you don't have like an in-combat fear.
I mean, having like a phobia that's just set off by being in specific areas would be cool, and you wouldn't have to even rework the phobia system. You just have to remove it or add it when they enter certain areas. But it's not in the game, unfortunately.
Yeah. Maybe something for Fear and Hunger 3. Oh,
Ooh,
Phobia 3.
claustrophobia would be a horrible thing to have on a space station.
It's clearly going to be in the internet. So, can you get claustrophobic when you're in the internet? When your signals, ones and zeros? I don't know. Can you get any phobia when you're like a digital person?
Probably depends. Maybe phobia of being hacked.
Phobia of viruses?
Yeah, maybe. Like if your whole existence is virtual at that point, it's Jover if someone puts a virus in you.
Yeah. We get fear of getting deleted. Fear of getting downloaded.
Fear of shock
Yeah.
images.
Fear of jump scares. That's probably a real fear.
Oh.
Okay, how about one last one? So this is something someone would like us to discuss. Again, it's not a question. They said the girl is my favorite character in the first game, despite not speaking a single word, which she does speak though, doesn't she? Doesn't she whisper something at some point?
Yeah, if you get her affection high enough and talk to her.
Yeah. She still shows a lot of personality with the way she acts when you talk to her, and even in gameplay when she takes damage for someone else. Even if she's kind of useless, I always want to keep her safe in and out of combat. She's just that likable. So what do you reckon, guys? Do you like the girl? Or do you want to see her suffer?
I sacrificed her the first time that I got into Fear and Hunger for Groger Affinity, followed by Moonless. I told you this, guys, at one
You
point.
sacrificed
So-
Moonless?
Yeah, and the girl for Black Orb.
Wow,
I didn't know
you
any
are
better.
evil, Raccoon. What the hell?
It was just part of the game. I got fucked, and I was like, okay, never mind. I'm fucking for anyone. Fuck it.
Wow, I'm not partying up with you, dude. You're going to sacrifice me the first time I fall asleep. Wow.
I mean, we get Frapollo every now and then, so makes sense.
Well, of course we're going to sacrifice for Apollo first. Obviously, right?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Why don't we sacrifice you, Bones?
Because I'd kill them if they try.
Can you sacrifice a
Uh-huh,
skeleton
I mean-
to Grogroth? Can you do that?
Yes.
Oh, wow, there you go. Huh.
No, you
Hmm.
can't. A skeleton, no. A ghoul, yes.
Hang on.
Right?
You can or you can't?
No, you can't.
Skeleton?
Pretty sure you can.
You can?
Yeah.
That's weird.
You can't form a marriage with the skeleton, though. Is that what you're thinking of?
Oh. Skeletons are stronger and can equip anything and can be sacrificed, but can be used for marriage. Ah, yeah, okay. I was thinking about it, yeah. I
Okay,
was
there
wondering,
you go.
what? Something wrong with
You
that.
got marriage with bones in the brain. There you go.
Oh, the question was about the girl. That's right. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in my first playthrough, I traded her for a claymore.
You people are monsters.
But,
Why are you doing this to the girl? Why are you
what?
doing this?
Only after not sacrificing, but cutting off all of her limbs so I had food for later. Pocket Cat wanted a girl. He did not want an intact girl, just the girl. It's fine. I got a better deal that way.
Wow. Wow, you people are actual monsters. I'm definitely not going to the
Second
dungeon with you
playthrough,
guys.
I did like the same thing, but without selling her to Pocket Cat, I just used her to heal my skeletons.
You say you're not going to bed with me? What do you say about?
I'm going to the dungeons with you. Of course I'm not going to bed with you.
Oh,
Get your mind out of the gutter. Stop thinking about marriages.
sorry.
Discord moderator, furry, speedrunner, and pervert. Really just embracing those stereotypes, huh?
Yeah, wow. You know what I did in my first playthrough? I got ending E and I took the little girl home and we saved her. We saved the little girl. That's what we did, right? And we tucked her into bed and we gave her some nice hot soup after the dungeon and she grew up to be... Well, actually, she probably grew up to be pretty miserable. The world was pretty miserable in ending E, so... Yeah. Actually, that wasn't a good ending either. The girl doesn't have any good endings, does she? Because the world is just miserable.
She does.
She does?
She does.
You're kidding ending
Get
A.
either ending C while the girl is in the party.
Oh, the world is a lot less miserable then, isn't it? Because of the Yellow King running around. So it's good for a while.
Yes.
Like as a whole, the cycle continues and eventually the world will turn back to shit. But for a while, the Yellow King does cause a new golden age, so...
And she does get to live a normal, happy life as a mute little girl that you rescued from the dungeon.
Yeah, yeah. He might even help you out since, you know, you helped him get to the dungeon, depending on which ending you picked. I think if you kneel to him, he'd probably be more willing to help you out.
Let's be real, he does not care at all about his daughter.
He doesn't.
If you try to help him out, he'll just go to buy some tobacco and you'll never see him again.
Sorry, I have to interrupt because I kind of have to leave very quickly.
Oh, yeah,
I'm very
sure.
sorry. It was unexpected. All right, sorry. See you guys. Thank you for
See,
having
man,
me.
thanks for coming, Frapollo.
Bye.
Well, we're wrapping up here anyway.
Escaped
So
before he escaped before we got a chance to observe his crimes against the girl, the coward.
all right, guys. Thank you very much for coming in, and we'll see you next week.